In Austin, I'm Mark Mullins. President Donald Trump signed an executive order to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug.
Treatments, it's going to have a tremendously positive impact, I believe.
This change won't legalize recreational use nationwide, but speeds up the process to loosen federal restrictions and make it easier to conduct medical research. This all comes as Texas is beginning to scale up its compassionate use program. Texas Original is one of 3 companies that has a state license to distribute medical cannabis, and Bastrop is now home to its new headquarters. Reporter Daniel Perot got an inside look at the new facility and how it aims to expand access for patients across the Lone Star State.
At 75,000 square feet, it's the largest medical cannabis facility in Texas. At just 20% capacity, CEO Nico Richardson says they can serve 10 times the 4,000 to 5,000 patients a month their old facility did.
We're really excited about the future of this program and providing better access to Texans over the next years.
Everything from growing the plant, extracting the oils, manufacturing and testing the products, all happens under one roof. All these plants are just about at the end of their 8 weeks of cultivation. The 1,400 plants in this greenhouse are expected to yield about 150 kilos. 1 kilo typically turns into 100,000 10-milligram products. Texas Original isn't the only company widening its footprint after state lawmakers passed legislation earlier this year expanding the list of medical conditions that are eligible for the state's medical marijuana program. On Tuesday, the company Good Blend opened its first retail shop in San Antonio. Richardson says this bill has opened up new product lines.
Now we no longer have a 1% by THC cap, so we can sell more concentrated formulas for patients.
House Bill 46 also allows the storage of THC products overnight at company satellite locations, which allows for same-day pickups. Before, companies would have to drive any unclaimed products back to Austin at the end of each day, sometimes driving hundreds of miles each way. Texas Original has 17 satellite locations and hopes to have one in each of Texas's 11 public health regions by the middle of next year.
We found the locations, we already have leases on those locations. We really just have to send them through the approval process now with the DPS.
Richardson says they're also waiting on state health officials to approve inhalable vaporization devices, something House Bill 46 cleared the way for.
We anticipate that will be a large amount of demand in this program, a large increase in demand in this program.
With demand rising, Richardson says this budding industry has to evolve to keep up with it. In Bastrop, Daniel Perot, KVUE News.
Well, HB 46 also allows Texas DPS to grant 12 more licenses to medical cannabis dispensaries in Texas. Earlier this month, DPS announced it's completed phase 1 of its selection process, picking 9 new businesses to get those licenses. Those businesses have to go through more evaluations. DPS plans to pick the 3 other businesses by April. Austin police say months after getting reports from people who said they heard explosions in South Austin, they've made an arrest. Police say 49-year-old Derek Gillespie is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon. This week, they say they found multiple improvised explosive devices in his home and vehicle and took him to jail. Officers say starting in August, they got repeated reports of late-night explosions in the areas near Jones Road and the Blund Creek Greenbelt. Police say the explosions did not cause any known injuries. Well, these are the sights no one wants to see. Students running for safety and police swarming campuses after a school shooting. According to Everytown for Gun Safety, 2025 has seen at least 159 gunfire incidents at American schools, sparking continued debate about school safety and gun laws. But one company called Campus Guardian Angel wants to bring special technology to more schools to stop one of these nightmare scenarios and save lives. Kelsey Sanchez explains.
This command center in Austin is set up with a team of racing drone pilots ready to launch these devices into action. Their mission, to stop a school shooter immediately.
Once somebody triggers the system, we start to look at the cameras. Once we find the shooter, I know where he is, then I pick the nearest box and fly the route. I want to make that decision in 5 seconds. And I want to be able to reach the shooter in 15 seconds after I launch.
Bill King is with Campus Guardian Angel, the company behind this technology. Once these drones launch, the purpose is to distract the shooter. The high-pitched noise and then circling around me is to have the shooter focus on that and not hurting different people.
The effects that we've got on them are distraction devices, so think strobes, think sirens. We can drop multi-bang flash crashes, and then we're shooting paint.
The Austin-based company is set to launch its first pilot program in Florida next year. Here in Texas, Bernie ISD plans to adopt the technology come January.
So I would love to tell you that we've cracked the code and we've solved all the mental health problems in the world and it's never going to happen again, but that's just not our reality. So we had to be prepared, and any tool that's available, I am open to testing and seeing if it works.
Rick Goodrich is the district's chief of safety and security, a position created in the wake of the Robb Elementary School tragedy.
We're going to do the job that we're charged with. And if that's indoor drones or whatever the next level of technology is, we're going to embrace it and see if it's for us.
King says they're looking for creative ways for schools to afford the program. Right now, the price tag sits at $4 per student per month.
We haven't put a whole lot of bells and whistles on them because we don't want them to get expensive.
Campus Guardian Angel CEO Justin Marston says he hopes to take the program nationwide and get the attention of lawmakers.
What we would love to see the legislature do here is just smaller pilot programs that allow people to test this out without having to make that full commitment to a full district-wide deployment, which is what you typically see in a bond program.
So while the company works to bring drones into more schools, the work will continue here in Central Texas.
Amazing stuff there. That was Kelsey Sanchez reporting. Leander ISD trustees have voted to close Fabian Elementary School next school year. Those students will move to Westside Elementary. District leaders say they're facing enrollment challenges and long-term financial concerns. The Fabian campus may be used to expand New Hope High School. Leaders delayed a vote on consolidating Steiner Ranch Elementary until next year. Austin City Council members have approved a new contract with the Austin Firefighters Association. As part of the agreement, firefighters will get wage increases and keep a 72-hour break between shifts. The city will implement a new schedule by October 2027 that reduces work hours to about 49.8 hours per week. More full-time firefighters will also be hired, and the city will have flexible hiring options for certified firefighters. Austin Mayor Kirk Watson issued the following statement saying, in part, quote, "This new 4-year agreement between the City of Austin and Austin Firefighters Association demonstrates the city's commitment to these important public servants. The new agreement increases pay, prioritizes wellness, and streamlines the hiring and promotion process," end quote. Those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.